The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously.
Welcome, Duke. We couldn't quite hear our intro there, but I think
I heard it. It was beautiful.
Very good. All right. Welcome to the Autumn Wind Ooper Bowl. We have Michael joining us as well.
Oh, just getting up, but throw some
time,
Michael.
Yeah. Morning, everybody.
I had to get up early. You guys should be, already halfway through your day.
Yeah.
True, it's an early start for you.
I'm sorry if I don't feel sorry for you guys.
I'm going to share the screen here. Stay with me for a second. We're waiting for a game number. We're right at 10 o'clock now, so we should have one soon, and hopefully we battle through any sort of technical difficulties quickly.
Speaking there is our show producer, Anthony Tangora. Michael Reeves is joining us. I'm Duke Szymanski, and we're going to have the Ooper Bowl for 2024 between the Montreal Turkettes and the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland coached by Ed Carpenter and Montreal by Claude Turquette.
And we'll take a look here out on the landscape. Do we have a game number yet? You guys seen anything?
Let me look here.
Nothing. Nothing for me either.
I got Claude's Alouettes page, and he hasn't posted a number yet.
Okay.
Dave, how much experience do you have with these two clubs this year? You had a great season, actually. Anthony, you did too. What kind of record do you remember about both?
Geez, I think I played Cleveland. I didn't play Claude in Montreal this year. I usually play him.
Mm-hmm.
I played Ed only in the playoffs. I did not play Claude this year. So you watched that game, Michael. So that was
yeah, I had them both in the regular season. It was weird because I had to fight to get into the playoffs, and in my last quarter, I needed to get 3 of 4, and Anthony, you were among them. And I thought, well, your game might be a coin flip. The other 2 games I had seemed winnable. But the game that I thought, well, this is probably the one that I'm going to probably get clobbered would be Claude, and somehow came away with the win there, 17-2. And Cleveland early in the season, he just couldn't buy anything on my defense and just had a lousy game with rolls. I think he turned the ball over a couple times, and I beat him by 3 touchdowns early on. But then, of course, he got his revenge in the playoffs. And, I was looking at it. And you always second guess yourself after a game like that. What could you have done different? What strategies were you using? What were you thinking? That sort of thing. And dice rolls aside, I know I didn't catch a lot of breaks that game, but probably should have been throwing a little bit more downfield, not too afraid of a pass rush that was non-existent. But I looked, and the one thing I could take away from that was, of all the games that he played this year, was the only game that he didn't score a touchdown. Having said that, he scored on 5 of 6 scoring drives, got field goals, and basically that's all it took. And that drive there with 2.5 to go was just absolutely fantastic. So what I like about Cleveland, obviously Joe Burrow, he may not be the best quarterback in the set, but he had the best season of all the quarterbacks. He was the only one to throw over 4,000 yards. He has a really very, very good line from a run standpoint. There is a little bit of vulnerability on his line. I think one of his tackles and one of his guards is kind of meh. And we'll see if Claude can take advantage of that, because he does have some linebackers who can put heat on the quarterback. Both of them, if I recall, have very good pass defenses. I think actually both of them have very good run. I think they're both very good, very good. I think both of them.
Good for Montreal. And I have Cleveland's upstairs. I gotta go grab it.
Pretty sure they're good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. They are.
So it's
That's a good
basically
point, though.
Cleveland's offense against Montreal's defense today.
Yeah, Cleveland's offensive line, was a big storyline, for their success throughout the season. That
Yep.
they held up, for the most part. And of course, you saw previously in the playoffs, less so in your game, more so, I guess, in the Atlanta game, where I was really trying to go after the quarterback best I could, because I was in a 4-3. So the choice is, well, okay, do you, in Claude's in a 3-4, I believe. Do you just put one extra guy in the flats because he's so flat heavy, Cleveland is, or do you try to get a sack?
Yeah.
And and you're doing other things too. You're covering up run zones, et cetera, if you're bringing a guy up. It's that cat and mouse. Now, in the 3-4 dynamic, which is the dynamic you had last week, I think really favors Claude a lot here, because he has the 3-4 that you brought to the table, Michael, with the Rams, but like you said, he also has some pass rush. So that's kind of the right combination. He can play off that back and forth to the extent that he wants to either drop back, cover the flats, not try to pressure, then other times try to put pressure. So that, I think, puts Claude in a pretty good position. It gives him an extra tool in his toolbox that neither the Rams or the Falcons had.
Right. Now, you, what's the pass rush on your line, Anthony? Now, me and you made a trade early in the year for Jerry Hughes, who I think was an 11, and I think his tackle was a 4. And I'm sure you were banking on all the safety blitzing that you were doing, that at some point he was going to get in there. I don't remember you even having any sacks that game, but do you remember?
I had a big strip sack in that game with Cleveland. Yep, that came from either Hargrave or Hughes.
Yeah, Hargrave. It was Hargrave. Yeah, now I remember it now. So,
there was advantageous, because the Hughes matchup was on a weak tackle, and Caillou, the free safety, was up against a zero mostly.
Yeah,
safety blitzing. And then when Hargrave was in the game, he had a decent matchup too. He only could come in on third downs.
So I mean, people incorporate all different strategies. I get it. The one thing that Cleveland doesn't have is a pass rush, like at all. So he's got to win out by his very good defense, first of all. And if I recall, I think he has one corner 4, I believe, because I know that you and I both tried to pick on him. And I think T.Y. Hilton, I think he got picked on one of the throws to him. I should have picked on him more, now that I recall. But anyway, I think it's interesting what because we don't have the dump off rule here. Pass rush isn't quite as important in this league than it is in others, and it's really more about correct positioning in the flats. But I think there is a slight advantage here. Montreal's defense, I believe, has been better. Scoring defense-wise, they've certainly been better. But they do have a pass rush, and he uses it. He's not afraid to use it at all.
Yeah. I like the way that it looks like we can have a game here, guys. I like the way Claude mixes it up. If you take a look at Claude's stats, and it's a sign of a good coach, he's 15th in the league in 2 of the categories that we're talking about. Okay, one is sack contests by his defense, 15th, right in the middle, and the other, right in the middle, is flat pass, looking pass, men in zone at 14th in the league. So it tells you he's kind of going, picking and choosing when to load up the flat zones and when to send up people.
Yeah. He's got a good feel for this game, in essence. Yeah.
And I didn't, maybe it's not too late. I'm going to increase the size of our screen a little bit to make it a little bit better for the viewers here.
Cleveland rolled up 442 points in the season, so they've got a powerhouse offense going.
Duke, that's a lot of points for this league. And we had mentioned earlier, you and I broadcast the game where Burrow got the 300 yards, and I laughed and said that it's like getting a 300 bowling game, right? So Duke, away with it, buddy. You got it.
Here we go. We've already started here. We've got Cleveland with the ball, and they're at the 38-yard line, 1st and 10. They've got a single setback here. Let me see if I can. Yeah, let's increase this side here.
Anthony Dennis said he might be joining us a little too. So every once in a while, if you wouldn't care, just to check the studio.
Collins, and we've got an interception turnover right away here, boys. No gain, and Montreal takes up at the Cleveland 47-yard line. So a quick turnover here. Burrow now at the quarterback spot. Adams split to his left. It's an off tackle left to Caleb Huntley. 8 yards on the defensive card. 2nd and 2. At the Montreal 45-yard line. Double tight end look with Woods and Everett, the tight ends. Adams split left, McLaren to the right, and it's a short pass to Everett. Guess right. They're double teaming Adams on a 2nd and 2. Incomplete. Burrow can't hit it. 3rd and 2 now.
Everett had well over 100 catches this year. He's the number 1 target for the Browns.
Yeah, in the last playoff game, he was targeted a bunch, wasn't he?
Yeah, and look at the stud receivers that he has. I mean, with 2 of the best in the league, and yet Everett seems to catch a majority of them. If the defense is going to double team, they're more likely than not going to grab those 2. And maybe not forget about Everett, but it's a little bit more difficult to double team him when you've got such talent on the outside. He's guarded by a 5. Or no, excuse me, he's guarded by a 4. So maybe Claude will think about that a little more.
Yeah, well, I think that's what he's thinking is that take the heat off of Adams and McLaren. He'll go to Everett a lot. It's a flat pass right to McLaren. They're double teaming Woods. It's a pass call. There is a four sitting there at 3rd and 2. And it's a 6-yard gain and a 1st down as Cleveland takes the turnover and has turned it into good field position now and field goal range nearly.
Anthony, I believe Cleveland was among the best in 3rd down conversions this year.
There's a short pass to McLaren. Guess right. Oh, double teamed and he missed it. McLaren got some receptions there on his double team call.
Mm-hmm.
Montgomery the back behind Burrow. Woods the blocking back now. Figured to stay with that setup.
I think Cleveland on 3rd down conversions run for like 46%, maybe number 1 or number 2 in the league. So tough to get them off the field.
Yeah, we're at the double 10 setup. 2nd and 10. Hundley behind Burrow. Second and 10. So end run Hundley. They're guessing pass.
Double teaming Everett.
Yeah. Only 1 yard on that nice looking Hundley end run card, and brings about a 3rd and 9 for Montreal or for Cleveland at the Montreal 38. Just getting started here. 12 minutes to go in the first half. You're going to hear the voices of Anthony Tangora and Michael Reeves. I'm Duke, and we've got the Super Bowl for 2024.
Yeah, it's a really nice end run card. And what's interesting, Cleveland doesn't go around the end very often. They are a pure off tackle team. The overwhelming majority of the runs are going to be off tackle. He barely runs, and he loves the strength of that run line though, with all those 5s and 6s. So,
well, let's look for that. 3rd and 9. 3 wide outs. Dotson comes in the game. Woods goes to the blocking back spot. It's a short pass to Woods. 4 men in zone. See what Burrow could do. A must run gets 8 yards. Interesting. We're going to have a 4th and 1 coming up here, boys.
Yeah, he's going for this.
Okay, I like to hear what really good coaches would do here. I'm listening.
Yeah, he's going for it. Anthony, you there? What do you think? Anthony stepped away from the broadcast. Well, he's going to kick it. Wow, I'm very surprised by this, Duke. What do you think?
I am shocked. 4th and 1 at the 30?
Yeah. Times like this where you're wondering, where's Dennis Crowley? I'm sure he'd have a lot to say about this.
Yeah. Go big or go home.
Absolutely.
Dennis, where are you, Dennis? 4th and 1, he's going to kick it, and it's good. Well, maybe, in the Super Bowl, first blood, maybe there's something to be said for that conservative approach. And it's 3-0 Cleveland on the turnover. And Montreal will get the ball back. Of course, the veteran coach, Claude Turcotte, and his Alouettes, he's won these Super Bowls before. He's been in, the last
5, more than any other team.
Yeah. Has he been in the last 3, did you say, Michael?
Yes, he's lost the last 2.
Yeah, I know. One was to me a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm. He's won 2 and lost 2. This is his 5th appearance. Only one other team has had 5 appearances. I believe that's Dallas.
That's impressive.
Yes, it is.
Claude knows what he's doing. He's got Tannehill as his quarterback, Algiers the running back, Moreau's the blocking back. He's got Cooper split wide right and Collins left. And he's got the ball back at the 32, and it's a looking pass likely, and there's a 5 there, guessed right. Receiver, no fumble. I got 5 yards.
Yeah, so Montreal's offensive line not quite as strong. You see some 4s there. Duke, can you take your mouse and kind of take a look at the when you get a second to look at their pass protection?
Let's see. I can't. When I put my mouse, I'd have to go to my other game.
We'll take a look at it later on. That's okay. He's
flooded
a flat.
5 with a guessed pass. So it's guessed wrong. He's got a guessed wrong run for Algiers. The dreaded 5 fumble chance, and it brings about a 3rd and 5. Tough roll with a very nice Algiers guess wrong off tackle card.
Isn't it funny here? These 2 clubs have the 2 running backs from the real life Atlanta Falcons. Caleb Huntley against Tyler Algiers.
That is funny, yes. So now Montreal will go to the 3 wideouts. Edwards-Hilaire is the back behind Tannehill on a early important 3rd and 5 at the Montreal 37. After their first series, they threw a pick. So Tannehill needs to get this team moving right now. Field position will be all important here, and it's a short pass to Collins. Gets right with 4 men in zone, and he misses it. Defense is good enough, and it's a 4th and 5. Montreal will punt. Only 9:18 left in the first period. Cleveland leads 3-0.
4 men in the zone on that play on the D card. I believe if you would have slid it over with 3 men, it would have been a receiver reading. But again, he's got a good pass defense, and when you put 4 there, it not only does it put some blanks, but also increases that interception percentage too.
Excellent point. Cleveland gets a 10-yard return and takes over the 20-yard line. They lead 3-0. 9 minutes to play in the first period. Hundley behind Burrow. There's the bomb to McLaren. He's being double teamed. Claude smelled that out. Let's see what happens. Incomplete. Claude was thinking right along with Ed there, and pass knocked away. Good defensive call by Montreal, and it's 2nd and 10 now. Four-three defense for the Alouettes.
I don't think either of these clubs have safety blitzed just yet.
Look into Montgomery. They're double teaming Everett again.
Mm-hmm.
5 there. 2nd and 10, guess right. Let's see what Burrow can do here. And he gets 9 big ones. Now we got a 3rd and 1 at the 29. Let's see how aggressive the offense will be and how aggressive Montreal will be on D. Two tight ends, Montgomery the back. He's keying Montgomery, but it's a flat pass right to Adams, and there's only a 4 there. His defender is a 4. And he blanks out on the receiver card. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Oh, my.
A maxed out flat pass card. That's the only thing that would have hurt him.
And that was the only thing that could drop to the ground, and it did. 4th and 1. And Cleveland will punt. 48-yarder. Fair catch. Montreal dodges one there and takes back over, and only down 3. 7.5 to play first period. We're in the Uber Bowl for 2024.
Well, that same scenario, 4th and 1, could have easily happened on their last drive. And instead he opted to get the field goal. So, again, sometimes it's better to get 3 than nothing.
There's Algiers that runs off tackle for 5 yards. 2nd and 5. Line buck by Algiers. The guess is pass on 2nd and 5. Or no, the first one was the line buck, but this is, I guess that's another line buck, and it gets another 5. First down, Montreal at the 33.
That tackle was made by Greenlaw, who has made a remarkable recovery from injuring his knee during the Super Bowl. Very impressive.
That was unfortunate for San Francisco. That was a critical situation in that game. Short pass to Cooper, guess right. Defender is beaten for 12 yards and a first down. Montreal moves out to their 45-yard line.
Cleveland flooded 2 flats there.
Flat pass left to Likely, and it's incomplete. Likely couldn't pull it in. And 2nd and 10 at the 45 of Montreal, who trails 3-zip. Algiers still back there. Off tackle, Algiers, and it's just pass, and boom, he cuts through 28 yards deep into Cleveland territory at the 27 and a first down. Nice boxcars there.
Yeah, he's got chunk runs of 43, 28, which he just hit, and he's got another 20 as well. So Dennis Crowley likes to call those barbell cards.
Barbell cards. I haven't heard that one.
Yeah.
Look into Moreau. He gets 4 yards, guessed right. 2nd and 6 at the 23. Montreal deep into field goal territory.
Moreau was extensively used against Houston. I believe he had 2 touchdown catches in that game, too.
There's an off tackle, Algiers.
Okay, third and 6. So chances are your linebacker contain is going to be in play here. So not a gimme on a flat pass. It looks he might have to go
flat
downfield.
pass to Cooper, falls harmlessly. Tannehill can't connect, and he's had a little space there, but didn't get it. So
Well,
we're going to look for a tying field goal by Prater, and we do. It's a tie game. Cleveland 3, Montreal 3, and another 3 minutes left to go. So we got threes wild here in the first period.
mm-hmm.
25-yard line. These guys are moving along, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Hundley behind Burrow. Cleveland gets the ball back after surrendering a field goal, and Huntley goes off tackle. They're guessing pass, double teaming McLaren. We've got a defensive tackle rating, and if he's not good enough, it's 27 yards, and it is 27 yards for Hundley, and they move into Alouette territory at the 48. First down, Cleveland.
He picked on the only 4 on that line.
He busted through. So we've had big box cars and big snake eyes. Guess a run, and the off tackle only gets 2 yards there. 2nd and 8. Montgomery the back with 2 tight ends. 2nd and 8 at the Montreal 46. Flat pass to Adams. It's just run. There's a 6 though in the zone, and 10 yards on Burrow's card and a first down. Cleveland continues to drive here with time running out in the first period of a 3-3 game in the Uber Bowl for Autumn Wind 2024. I'm Duke, Michael, and Anthony joining me today, and it's a look into Adams. They're double teaming McLaren, however. There's a 5 in the zone. On the first down, it gets 4 yards as Burrow sneaks one in there. 2nd and 6 at the Montreal 32 as the Browns begin another drive. Both teams 13-3 on the season. Montreal came away with the number 1 seed.
In the AFC, Cleveland in the NFC.
Yep. There's a flat pass to Everett, and he's being double teamed as Claude smelled that one out. But he gets 6 yards double teamed and just enough for a first down. He saw the markers there, Michael, and Novan just made it.
Yeah. And again, it says a lot about, maybe the best duo receiver set here in the league. You're lucky if you get one of these guys, and when you have 2 of them, that's phenomenal. I'd be interested to see if he's had Adams this whole time or if he made a trade for him. I'm sure he drafted McLaren. Cleveland, Ed is a very, very good, very well-prepared drafter.
That reception was from Adams on his double team. That was a nice pass by Burrow. 1st and 10 at the Montreal 26. Off tackle Hundley, and he's double teaming McLaren. Oh, no, that old fumble number pops up again. And no gain for Cleveland. 2nd and 10. 3-3 tie. 2nd period now, just getting started.
So Montreal came through the AFC, as Duke has said, 13-3. They come in on both of the games, actually, the championship games, conference championships games were fantastic. Very good, close, tough fight games. We'll let Duke get this call real quick.
look into Woods, and they're double teaming Everett, though. There's two tight ends out there. Burrow sought out and it's a short gain on 2nd and 10, 13 yards, and another first down for the Browns.
So an interesting scenario this year for Autumn Wind, a league that has been in existence since the late 60s, but the computerized version of Stratomatic football. This is our 20th season specific for Hooper Bowl. Claude, as we mentioned, 5 times in the championship game. But the other 3 teams, Ken Briere and his Houston Oilers, which lost 14-13 to Montreal. That was their first appearance. Duke, go ahead and get this call.
And Claude's been in the league for the whole 20 years, so he's an original member of Autumn Wind. Short pass to Adams, and they're double teaming Woods on this one on a first down call. Let's see what Burrow can do. And he can't hit, and it's 2nd and 10. Really interesting when you talk about the preferences here for Cleveland. Everett caught 115 balls on the season. Montgomery, the back, caught 79, and Woods caught 72. That's a bulk of the receptions for the Browns.
From 3 guys who you wouldn't think would have that many catches. But
Right.
Again, when you've got those 2 on the outside, the bulk of the double teams you would imagine would come from that. And so, even in a situation like that where Claude, in real life, when would you ever double team Woods? But Claude, smelled a hunch there, basically, that one of those 3 would get
Everett, there's a short pass, and Claude's double teaming Woods. Interesting. And again, Burrow can't hit. 3rd and 10. So good analysis, Michael. And we're looking at Claude has to know just what we know looking at those numbers. And it's a matter, pick your poison, because you see that those 2 tight ends in the back catch so many of the balls, but then you look at the strength of Adams and McLaren on the outside. It's easy to see why Cleveland was such a powerhouse on offense and scored 442 points.
Yeah, and this is their first appearance in the championship game. And last week they beat the Los Angeles Rams, who was making their first appearance in the Final Four. So we had a legitimate chance at a new champion.
And there was a short pass to the 3rd wideout, but he was defended, that knocked away, and that brings out about a 4th and 10. And looks like we'll have Bass come out for another field goal try here. And it's good. Cleveland takes back the lead 6-3, 12.5 left in the second quarter of the Autumn Wind Hooper Bowl.
Tyler Bass had 5 field goals last week, against the Los Angeles Rams to propel the Browns into this championship.
And starting off with 2 more in the Hooper Bowl. Montreal back with the ball, same setup. Blocking back Moreau, Algiers, the running back behind Tannehill. Likely the tight end. Cooper and Collins split out. Montreal at their 31-yard line. End run, Algiers. The guess is pass. There's only 1 defensive end out there. And a 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5.
Yeah, Algiers and Huntley kind of have similar cards. Again, that barbell effect when you get the 11 and the 12 and the 2 and the 3, you've got like big chunk plays, but he also has a short gain on 7. It's slightly better than Caleb Huntley's card.
The barbell. We'll give you Dennis Crowley credit for that. And there's a pass from Tannehill, 13 yards to Cooper. Another first down for Montreal, and they're at their 49-yard line now.
Yeah, Mari is guarded by the lone 4 in the secondary for Cleveland.
And there's the bomb to Cooper, and the guess is running. There's nobody back there. This is a big opportunity. The receiver blanks out.
Oh, wow.
Look at that card for Cooper, and couldn't haul it in. Oh, my.
Yeah, that looks like a 5 deep, not a 6. But Again, lots of long gains there. Any of those he would have been thrilled with. So
Talk about chunks.
Cleveland catches a break for sure.
Flat pass to Moreau. Guess his pass. And there's a pick on a flat pass. This is dangerous. See what their turn brings. Cleveland turning the tables here.
So Cleveland floods it and gets rewarded there in a 20-yard return. So you're right, it didn't do too much damage, but Montreal was well on their way with a good start to that drive. And again, the second turnover of the game stymies. Cleveland scored on the first turnover, turned it into a field goal. So let's see what they can do with this. Now they have excellent field position at the Montreal 30.
10.5 to play, second period. There's a look into Everett. They're double teaming McLaren. Guess right look in pass. One of his favorite targets.
Mm-hmm.
His definite favorite target. The receiver gets 5 yards, no fumble.
Yep.
2nd and 5 at the Montreal 25. Montgomery the back. 2 tight end set. There's a linebacker, Montgomery, guessed right. Four yards. Bringing about a 3rd and 1 at the 21. Interesting part of the field here.
Mm-hmm. Let's see which back he'll go with on 3rd and 1. It's Huntley again.
Huntley.
But look at all those 5s on the line. Even if he guesses right here and guesses run, and it is a run, you might get the benefit of all those 5s. So it's kind of important for Montreal to plug the correct zone too. Might have to bring one or two of those linebackers up from a 4-3, which then would leave the flat pass vulnerable.
Now you seldom see that many 5s on the line.
Yeah, I'm interested to see that Montreal didn't safety blitz here, so he had the chance to move.
Flat pass McLaren, but he's double teaming Adams.
He guessed pass.
Beaver gets the 3 yards and a first down. Easy to see how Cleveland's had such a fine season when you see how Ed is using this offense of his.
Yeah.
Browns in the red zone, 1st and 10, the 18. Off tackle Hundley. Guess wrong. 5 yards. Now down 6-3. Claude and his Alouettes really need to tighten up here and see if they can hold the Browns to only a field goal on this drive. Second and 5 at the 13. Look in Montgomery. They're double teaming Everett. There's a 5 there. Yes, correct. And it's 5 yards. Good for a first down. 1st and goal at the 8 for the Browns. 7.5 to play. Second period. Cleveland leads 6-3 at this point. It's off.
Yeah, you look at Burrow's flat pass card, and it's not really there. Oh, there's your dreaded 5.
Hundley gets the fumble number and no gain. Second and goal at the 8. Cleveland shows 3 wideouts now with Dotson coming in to join Adams and McLaren as wide receivers, and Everett's a lone tight end with Woods behind Burrow.
So all of your run blocking goes down by 1, and a 1 on a guessed right run would be, a 1 on a run would be guessed right no matter what.
Well, you'd have to go with Burrow.
Yeah, and besides that, Woods is in the backfield, so this can't be a run unless it's a must run on
Exactly
Burrow's card.
Woods is the only one back there, so we're thinking pass here. I'm sure Claude is too.
And Claude, again, not safety blitzing here.
A 4-2-5 defense the Alouettes come out with. And it's a short pass to Woods, and Claude has smelled out Woods. He double-teamed him. Let's see if Burrow can thread a needle here. No. Incomplete. Third and goal as the Alouettes double-teamed the right receiver there.
If you slide that card over, I think that would have been a complete pass. Slide your handle over, sorry.
Same setup here with 3 wideouts. Woods in the backfield, Everett the tight end. 4-2-5 defense for the Alouettes. Short pass Everett. They're double teaming Adams.
Oh,
12 yards and a touchdown for Everett from Burrow.
And it's on Everett's card, so not one of the elite short pass catching tight ends in the set, but he's able to make the play and has extended this lead by 2 scores.
It's really interesting, Michael, how autumn win coaches, especially a lot of the veteran coaches, will pick out a favorite receiver that is not really has a great card, but if you have a faith in him and know he's not going to get a lot of double teams, you can take advantage. And it looks like that's exactly what Ed's done. There's an off-tackle Algier for 5 yards as Montreal trails 13-3 with 5:42 remaining in the first half. So it's imperative that the Alouettes start something going here. Off-tackle again by Algier with a guess of pass. So ball control here is the so far what Montreal's trying, and they're going to get a first down on a 9-yard pickup because the defensive nose tackle couldn't. Anthony, you're back. Are you okay?
I'm all right. All right. Thank you.
Anthony, yeah, not 100% today, I feel.
That's right. Yeah, definitely under 100% today.
Ideally, it would be nice if Montreal can get a score here and take off the rest of the time on this clock, because I believe Cleveland's going to get the ball to start the third.
That's a good point. Look in past Moreau. Guess correctly with a 5 in zone. Four yards to the 43, 2nd and 6. Flat pass Algiers. There's 2 men out there, and it's incomplete as Ed Carpenter flooded that zone, and it brings about a 3rd and 6 for Montreal. And like Michael just mentioned, this would be really important for Montreal if they could put together a drive and eat up a lot of this first half time, because it's going to be a rough start to the third quarter if they don't. 3rd and 6.
Tannehill with 2 interceptions already in this game. He had 6 in the championship game last year.
Oh, so he had 6 interceptions last year?
Well, I've never seen anything like it. It was becoming very sad.
Oh, like Algier, and what a perfect timing to get those boxes. What do you call the double boxes, Anthony?
Double box.
Well, thank you.
If you want to get creative, brackets maybe, I don't know. Boxes better.
I don't know, but you like to get those on a 3rd and 6 call. Wow.
Duke, that was Dennis Crowley here has joined us.
I thought I heard Dennis's voice. Good morning, Dennis.
How do? You guys keep going. I'll just chime in if I have something insightful.
We want to hear you, Dennis. We got
I,
Dennis Crowley joining Anthony Tangora and Michael Reeves to help out the old Duker. 2nd and 10 here at the Cleveland 41-yard line. Montreal putting that drive together and keyed already by a 3rd down draw play. Wow.
So you said Daniel had 2 interceptions earlier?
Already in this game,
Yes,
and they've
already
led to
did.
10 points, correct?
I'm looking at the ball possession chart because I just tuned in, and I only see an interception on the first drive, on the first play of the game. It looked like first or second. And then it went punt, field goals, downs. So maybe the one that's turned over on downs, did they fumble the interception or something, or what happened?
Yeah, he's thrown 2 interceptions. 3rd and 3 at the Cleveland 34, and this is a big down for Montreal. 2:42 to play in the first half. Linebacker Edward Solaire guesses run. The guard, I don't think he's going to make that block, and it's 4th and 3. Let's see what Montreal does.
So he hedged there and flooded 2 flats.
Okay, Montreal didn't go for it, I think, on 4th and 3. No, they line up for the kick. And it's good. Montreal
50-yarder.
decides just to take the 3 points, and it's 13-6 and the 2-minute warning.
Yeah,
Dennis, on Montreal's previous drive, they threw into a flat that was had 2 guys there.
Got it. It's funny
not showing.
It's not showing. That's dramatic. Now that I exited and came back in again, I see the correct box score. Okay. So it's looking good.
Flat pass Adams, 1st and 10 at the 25 for Cleveland.
Gosh, that was a huge field goal for Montreal, not just to cut the score, cut the lead to just 1 score, but also, too, that would have given Cleveland the ball at the 40, already up by 2 scores, and getting the ball to start the 3rd.
Yeah, Prater is good from distance. He got a -5 adjustment to take him into 2 through 8 range, but he's 2 through 7 all the way out to the 40.
Thank you. That's excellent.
6-yard pickup for Adams, 2nd and 4. 1.5 minutes left in the first half of the 2024 Uber Bowl.
Now, Burrow has an elite quarterback card here. Maybe not the best in the set, but certainly among the top. But he is vulnerable to interceptions. So when guessed right, you want to be careful here.
White side 6.
There's the old 6 die on a 20-yard pickup for Montgomery, and it's a 1st down in the Montreal 49 with 1:22 to play. Both teams have 3 timeouts left.
Yeah, plenty of time for Cleveland here. They don't need to open it up and go deep. Just keep, pecking away and use their timeouts if they need it. They got Huntley in there, who's great as a guess wrong runner, which might force a run call from Montreal and open up the short passing game.
It's a run call, but it's a flat pass to Everett. 16 yards on the receiver card, and it's a 1st down for Cleveland as they move to the Montreal 33 with 1:22 to play.
There's that man again, Duke.
Yep, 115 receptions, 957 yards in the regular season. Whoa. When you look at that card, it doesn't seem to reflect
no.
on his stats.
Guess that's what they call a possession receiver.
I guess so. 1st and 10. Off tackle Montgomery. They're double teaming Everett this time. But it's guessed wrong. And the defensive tackle can't make the tackle, and it's a 9-yard pickup, 2nd and 1. It's Montgomery busts off left tackle.
Yeah, white dice 6 against Quentin Bohannon's 4.
Yeah.
Impressive half so far for Cleveland. If they can get a touchdown here and go into half up 2 scores, I think a lot of us thought that Montreal would be favored because of their success in the past. Multiple Super Bowl champion. But Ed's like, hey, I got a team. I'm here. I deserve to be here, and he's making the calls.
Mm-hmm.
What line would you put on the game, Dennis?
I would have said Montreal -6, but it looks like a correct double team here might turn things around. No, just avoided the interception split. Guessed right would have been incomplete anyway, but here we go, 3rd and 1. Big play, and Huntley's back in there.
Yeah, Claude smelled out McLaren. 3rd and 1. This is a big play. 37 seconds to go. This is obviously huge. At the Montreal 24.
How about a sneak to Burrow?
I haven't heard from Devontae Adams. He kind of likes flat on 3rd and throws to Adams pretty frequently.
Dennis calling the line buck and Michael thinking the flat pass.
I like the line buck because the middle linebacker is a 5'4". Unless he brings up Kevin Byard to key or something and gets that running defense 5 in there, you have a good chance with all those 5 pass blockers or 5 run blockers.
Looks like that safety might come up.
Oh, he's going big, just like Michael called.
Adams on 3rd and 1, but they're double teaming Adams. What a call.
White die was a 4, so it would have been incomplete anyway. But
would have been incomplete. Yep.
What a call by both coaches. Wow.
Now, any chance he goes for it here? No, he's bringing the field goal out.
Yes, no chance. If you get the first down, you only got a few seconds to play with to get home. Kick is good. And Cleveland takes a 16-6 lead with 22 seconds to play. First half, the 2024 Autumn Wind Super Bowl.
He goes for the squib kick, but it kind of backfires. He takes it out to the 41. Not to say my call would have been better, but that was the first down on an 8 on Burrow's card guessed wrong. So
Burrow and Hunt combined for 17 line bucks all year. They weren't big line buckers. 5 for Burrow.
Second guess Crowley.
It can't be second guess if I said it before the play.
Yeah, that's true.
More like know-it-all Crowley and
either way.
Know-it-all Crowley that went 2-14 this year.
Hey, you know what you're doing.
Falls helplessly to the ground. Second.
Still a 10-point lead. Assuming he doesn't get a huge play here to get into field goal range. Remember, Prater does hit from 40, so he needs like 20 yards.
Yeah, even a short pass might get in range.
That's why you saw him go to Judy. He's got, or was it? No, who was he throwing to? I thought it was Isaiah Likely. He's got some decent yardage, but incomplete.
Montreal, all their timeouts left, but they won't be able to. They're going to go to the locker room with.
Got a chance here, squaring, but he hits the 9.
9 yards. 1 second to go at midfield. Hail Mary time. There's the bomb to Paris Cannonball. They're double teaming Robinson and Cooper. And it must run, picks up 9 yards and ends the first half with the Cleveland Browns 16, the Montreal Alouettes 6. Cleveland's coached by Ed Carpenter, Montreal by Claude
Turcotte.
So
the 2 turnovers in that half made all the difference. 10 points for Cleveland on those 2 interceptions.
Do you guys know the pronunciation? Is it Turcotte or Turquette?
I've always heard Turcotte. but we can ask him after the game.
Yeah, I think we should. I've never heard it pronounced by somebody. So, well, I'm Duke. Along with me, we have a full booth here with Michael Reeves, Anthony Tangora, and Dennis Crowley. There's the halftime stats. We're pretty balanced. Cleveland up 175 yardage to 136.
Yeah, those two turnovers really make the difference. And I think the ball possession slightly favoring Cleveland because of the turnovers. He was able to control the clock. And as you saw there, Montreal was not able to get the 2-for-1. I mean, they did, but they didn't have enough time to get into scoring range. So they get the ball to start the half, and then we'll see if they can avoid turning it over again the rest of the game. I think if you throw 2 picks and you're only down 10 and you get the ball, you're feeling okay. You're feeling like you're in this thing.
13 isn't a very good passer rating, is it?
Slightly better than 0.
That's right. Marginally. Montreal to kick off in the second half.
No really big plays yet. We did have it looks like a 27-yard run by Huntley and a 28-yard run by Algier, but the quarterback's longest is Burrow's 20-yard pass, which we saw to Everett, and Tannehill's his longest is 13 yards on only 7 completions.
Hey, Dennis, how about both of the Atlanta running backs playing for the championship? That's pretty funny.
Yeah, that is interesting.
I wound up taking the Atlanta halfbacks in my battle royale format at the bottom of the first round or near the bottom. So that's a good group.
Speaking of a crowded booth, we not only have 3 color men with me, but we got a dog too. That's pretty interesting.
I'll try to keep it muted so that my.
That's all right. Dennis, that adds a little ambiance to the. Don't worry about it.
I think annoyance is the better A word than ambiance.
Okay.
Hey, I get it though. Cleveland Browns, dogs, makes sense.
Yeah, the dog pound has been released.
Yeah.
Release the hounds.
Release the hounds.
Oh, I thought you guys said Montreal got the ball first. I guess Cleveland gets the ball first.
Yeah, I thought so.
Oh, no. Cleveland definitely gets the ball. That's why it was important for Montreal to get that score.
Claude is. He's going to kick off anyway.
So then Cleveland was able to get that extra possession by really controlling the ball for the last meaningful possession of the first half, and they get the ball to start the second half.
Yep.
Okay, I think we're ready to kick off the second half of the 2024 Ooper Bowl.
Oh, looks like we lost somebody.
Claude Turcotte coaching the Montreal Alouettes, Ed Carpenter coaching the Cleveland Browns. Both 13-3 in the regular season.
You think they've had a game freeze?
Yes.
And you said, Michael, that this is Claude's 5th Ooper Bowl?
Correct.
That's impressive.
1-2 lost 2. They've lost the last 2 championship games.
That is
to you and to the New Orleans Saints last year.
20 years, 5 Ooper Bowls. Come on, those are Dennis Crowley numbers. Jeez.
Well, he could be doing the Buffalo Bills here. If he loses today, that's 3 in a row. Book his tickets to next year.
Crowley decides to throw out the curse here. Oh my, wide right.
That's the anti-curse. So I'm gonna get this. This is gonna be a close one.
That's true. That's true. It's the anti-curse.
If anybody puts any faith in this win percentage, according to this game, 86% win percentage right now for Cleveland.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything.
Don't look at that.
Don't mean anything until Montreal gets a score. Then.
Oh God, I'm enjoying this broadcast just listening to my color man. This is cool.
Well, will anybody give me 10-1 on Montreal? If you will, let's do it right now. I am game.
I'm not counting Montreal out. I'll tell you that.
Well, the win probability is. That's what I'm saying. I guess it's like 9-1. I'll take 9-1. I'll be fair.
Yeah,
I'll take
7-1 maybe.
But
I just checked FanDuel, and this game is off the board, so
oh,
no action allowed.
okay. But are they going to cover? Okay, but it's off the board, so we don't have to worry about it.
I took the prop on a streaker, so
Not sure that pays off if you're the one that jumps on the field, Michael. So.
yeah, excuse me for just a moment.
Okay, are we frozen here?
We got a new number, 12445. Oh, 12245, excuse me.
Yeah, we're in.
12245.
Yeah, we're in it.
Cool. I'll just tell Duke in case he's trying to tune in on his own machine.
Yeah.
Heard. Where my card image went.
So that was a run for 2 yards there on first down.
We think we're in, but I don't know that we're in because we're not
Well,
really.
well, yeah, it's not updating. So
You call it, Dennis, because I can't see anything happening.
Second and 8. That was an off tackle run to Huntley. Montgomery's in there in the 2 tight end set with Woods and Everett as the tight ends alongside McLaren and Adams. And I see you coming in and out, but it still says 1st and 10 on your screen, Anthony. It's strange. Did you close it down all the way? Maybe
down, yeah.
Maybe make sure there's no shadow copies running somewhere. Pitch out right. Guessed wrong. Nobody in the zone to David Montgomery. 2-5 defensive ends to contend with. 6-yard pickup. Guessed wrong, and it'll be 3rd and 2. Now you're updated. Okay, dude, take it away.
Good job, Dennis. That was Dennis Crowley with his ace announcing call. It's 3rd and 2. The Cleveland 33. Montgomery, the lone back. Just getting started here in the 3rd period. Two tight ends. Adams split wide left. McLaren to the right. It's a linebacker Montgomery with a guess a pass. There's 3 men in zone though. And the linebacker can make the play, and it's 4th and 2, forcing a Cleveland punt. Cleveland up 16-6, but Montreal's going to get the ball back here. Fair catch at the 19, and Algier is still the running back. Montreal takes over, trailing by 10. Cooper split wide right, Collins left. Off tackle Algier with a gusset pass. Gets 4 yards on first down, 2nd and 6.
Algier has 10 carries for 77 yards so far.
Cleveland in 3-4 defense. Moreau, the blocking back, likely the tight end. 2nd and 6. Another linebacker for Algier on a guess a pass. There's men in the zone, though. Nose tackle, not good enough. 3 yards. 3rd and 3 now.
So Montreal runs the 4-3 defense. Is that right? Because at the top of the show I said 3-4. We've been seeing 4-3.
Yeah, they are 4-3.
Okay. Yeah. Just caught on to that. A little slow.
Anthony, can you slide that handle over and see what that would have been with 0 if they hadn't have brought that guy up? Well, it doesn't matter now.
Yeah.
There's a flat pass. Picks the right zone. Even though there's a 6 in it, the other 2 were flooded and gets 15 yards. Very important field position. First down for the Alouettes at the 41-yard line. 1st and 10.
Did Cleveland guess run there, or did he blitz the guy who was defending Moreau?
Flooded 2 zones. Flat pass right to Moreau. There's a 6 out there. Guess right. Incomplete. Receiver couldn't haul it in. 2nd and 10.
If he would have moved that receiver that time, because he did that the previous play, that would have been a 31-yard gain. Guess wrong on Moreau's card. Or if he had called run. So, good call there by Ed.
2nd and 10, short pass Collins. Collins can't bring it in. Incomplete. 3rd and 10.
That's another one where plus 10 if you guess wrong. So Ed making the right call so far. Needs to stop here.
Montreal at their own 41-yard line, 3rd and 10, 3 wideouts. Edwards-Hilaire backs up Tannehill. Tannehill's had a rough game so far. Short pass Robinson. Only single coverage, but it's incomplete. Receiver Robinson couldn't haul it in, and it's a 4th down, and looks like Montreal will have to punt. Presley Harvin booms it 46 yards. One-yard return. Cleveland takes over at their own 14-yard line. 9:54 to go in the 3rd period, and this is getting to be an important series for Montreal to try to get the ball back and cut into that 10-point lead for the Browns. Mm-hmm. Look into Everett on a guess run. There's a 5 there, but it's guess wrong.
That was a guess wrong hit on the receiver. It found a blank. It didn't looks like your play didn't update, but he called run on that flat pass, and it hit Everett's receiver card for the only empty number on a 9.
Wow, I didn't
2nd and 10.
Didn't see that graphic. 2nd and 10.
Everett has the lone touchdown in this game. All the other scores have been field goals.
Flat pass left to Montgomery. There's a 5 out there. Guess right.
Yeah, Claude brought his free safety up and is flooding the look in.
Burrow misses that one. 3rd down play now for Cleveland, deep in their own territory. 3 wideouts. Dotson comes in, joining Adams and McLaren. Woods is the back. Everett's the lone tight end now.
Cleveland hasn't had a lot of these. Most of their 3rd downs have been within 5 yards or less, so 3rd and 10 is...
That's true, yeah.
Unique territory for them. So 4-2-5 here. Let's see if he gets cute and tries to throw a look-in pass.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. That would be tempting, up by 10, but it's a short pass to Adams, and there's 2 open zones there.
He's double-teaming Everett.
Incomplete. Burrow couldn't hit that one.
Judon missed an 88% sack.
Whoa.
Wow. Oh, my.
Yeah.
Nice call.
So Tim and Nathan may have joined the broadcast.
Oh, I see it was 100. Wow. Oh, my.
Tim and Nathan, if you are there and wish to say hi, feel free to do so whenever you'd like.
1st and 10 now. Cleveland takes over.
Or Montreal, you mean?
Montreal takes over at the Cleveland 48 as a
field position.
13-yard return. Very good. Linebucker Algier, and he gets a pass. Just a nose tackle there, trying to protect the middle of the line. And the fumble number comes up, and it's 2nd and 10.
The dreaded 5. Earlier in the game, he had a 16-yard run on that same type of setup where he moved over his right inside linebacker to the other zone.
Second and 10. Linebacker up here again, gets a pass. There's only the nose tackle there. Center's good enough, and it'll bring about a 3rd and 1 at the Cleveland 39 now. You would expect the Alouettes trailing by 10. This would be probably use all 4 downs.
I haven't seen Ed, like a lot of us with a 3-4 defense and a 4 nose tackle, dropping that inside linebacker to cover, to help out against the run. He's been playing more the flats and pass rush.
Good observation, Dennis. Yes, that's a choice you got to make, and you got to see if your opponent will take advantage of it. Look into Jackson. There's a 5 there, gets right, and 7 yards, picks up the first down as Tannehill needs to heat up, and that's a good start. First down, Montreal at the 32-yard line of Cleveland. Short pass to Cooper, gets right. There's 4 men in zone. Receiver 16 yards. Cooper picks it up, and the Alouettes on the move at the Cleveland 16-yard line. Cleveland sets up in a 3-4 defense. Flat pass right to Likely. There's a 6 out there. That'll lose a yard. 2nd and 11 now.
You feel good if you're Montreal here. You're going to get points, in all likelihood, a touchdown or a field goal to cut it to a 1-score game. Cleveland's just trying to maybe turn them over and swing the momentum around.
Yeah. And of course, now they'll have 4 in the zone, so it's going to increase that interception percentage here. You just got to forget that you've thrown 2 interceptions already.
Line book Algiers, and that ain't good enough either, and it's another -1, and it brings about a 3rd and 12 at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough conversion.
Big benefit to dropping, like if he hadn't dropped Nick Bolton down to put 1 man in the zone, that would have been a 9-yard gain, just like he had earlier in the drive. That offensive center +9 or +1, but with the man in the zone, it's linebacker in zone -1 or +3. So good stuff there by Ed.
Big difference. .335. It's a short pass to Likely. Guess right. Oh, misses the interception. Oh, that could have been disastrous. But Montreal will look to have Prater kick the field goal and get him.
Oh, wow.
Within 7. It's good.
So if Michael's Rams would have got in, that split would have yielded an interception. An excellent defense.
One score.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Play, 3rd period.
I don't think he threw a pick against me last week. I don't recall. I don't believe he did.
Hundley in the back behind Burrow.
I'm sure you guys mentioned it, but both teams are good.
They're double teaming McLaren, and Burrow's throwing to McLaren. It's going to have to be really good, and it isn't. It's an incomplete pass.
Now, these are the downs and distances that Claude likes to bring Matt Judon from right linebacker.
Let's see.
Good observation, Tim. I like that.
Looking past the woods, it's a guess run, so chance here. 8 yards on the quarterback. 3rd and 2.
Guessed right, I think, is a blank there.
It's actually +5 for.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, blank on Tannehill, maybe.
3rd and 2. Montgomery the back. 2 tight ends. Linebacker Montgomery. They're double teaming Everett. Nobody extra on the line. 3 yards is good enough for a first down.
That right there is the essence of Stratomatic sometimes, because you really want to avoid the minefield. If he had thrown a flat pass to Everett or a short pass to Everett, his favorite target today, that's a pick.
That's a pick. Yep.
So he avoided the landmine, just like Claude avoided the landmine on the 9 roll on the short pass.
Flat pass to Adams. There's a 4 sitting there. Guessed wrong. This is going to be tough. Eight yards. 2nd and 2. Browns starting to counter move. Huntley the back.
Dennis, I think Cleveland was the number 1 team this year in converting thirds.
They're double teaming him. Ed makes a bold call, and so does Claude. And that is a -1.
That is a sack.
No,
a loss of 9.
Excuse me. Yeah, that was 2nd and 2.
DeForest Buckner got home. He beat Robert Hunt, who's a 7. But Buckner's 10 was good enough. 18% chance of a sack. It was a random 18 exactly.
Wow.
That's a huge play in a game like this.
Absolutely.
Great double team by Claude. 3rd and 11.
Yeah, without that double team, that's not a sack. But
yeah, the double team brought him the sack as it increased Buckner's rating, I believe.
Good point.
There's the bomb to Dotson. They're double teaming Everett.
Nobody in the zone.
Nobody in the zone, but it's incomplete. That was an interesting few plays. 4th and 11 now. It's Cleveland forced to punt, and now Montreal has been a long time since they've had a chance to get a drive that could tie the score.
He was also shadowing with the middle linebacker on that play, just FYI. So the looking zone was open.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Nice observation, Dennis.
Yep.
Really good defensive series there for Montreal.
Yes. Now let's see what they can do offensively. 20-yard line, only 1:12 left in the third period of the 2024 Uber Bowl. The Alouettes at their 20, Algier the back, Cleveland in their 3-4. End run, Algier. Guess wrong. Defensive end is not good enough from 5 yards for Algier.
With the lack of a lot of big plays and a lot of turnovers creating field position, both these running backs are starting to wear down a little bit. I think you're at 6 for Huntley and 7 for Algier, so that's going to be something to watch.
Exactly. 2nd and 5. Edwards Hilaire is the back now for Montreal. Linebuck Edwards Hilaire, guess wrong. Only a 4 there, and it's 6 yards and a first down for Montreal. And that ends the third period with a score. Cleveland Browns 16, Montreal Alouettes 9. Last quarter of the 2024 autumn wind season, barring overtime. Off tackle Algier, 4 yards. Dennis, I just heard your metaphor for that card of a barbell. That's pretty unique.
Yeah, it's not mine. Somebody else came up with that a long time ago. It's used on the forum quite regularly.
Can you give him credit? That's a great.
I don't even know. It's like something that people have just said. Nathan might
have been Nathan, actually. Yeah.
3rd and 6 now for Montreal. This is obviously not critical, but important. 3rd and 6, 3-3-5 defense. Robinson's the extra wide out. Edwards Hilaire the back. Tannehill needs to complete something here, I believe.
11 of 25 for 91 yards so far.
That's not very good.
Not
Flat
good.
pass right to Robinson, and there's 2 men in zone, but a 7-yard pickup and Tannehill gets the job done. Needed 6, got 7, and the Alouettes first down at the 42-yard line. Interesting. Short pass Cooper, guess right. There's only 3 men in zone. Incomplete. Tannehill couldn't hit that one. 2nd and 10, Montreal. Algier back behind Tannehill, Moreau the blocking back.
It's been interesting. Ed has 3 fours on defense: the nose tackle, the right outside linebacker, and the left cornerback. And Claude's been picking and poking at those guys, trying to hit the flat pass or go short to Cooper or run up the middle to Algier or Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So those are some pain points for Ed.
Short pass Cooper, guess right, but only 3 men in zone on 2nd and 10. Incomplete, as Cooper couldn't haul it in and hit off his hands. I think he could have caught that, but he couldn't pull it in. I would have caught that. I had great hands.
Yeah, Tim had a good point because, Dennis was mentioning the fours, but he's kind of running out of carries here with Algier. So we see 2 short passes in a row, both incomplete. These are not the kind of conversions, if you look at Tannehill's card, that are going to be very easy. He doesn't have a very strong short pass card at all. And the must runs that he used to have early in his career, he only has 1 on an 8, I believe. And I don't think his must run column is that great to begin with. So he's got to rely on a wide receiver here to make a play.
Yeah, I played with Cousins. I know the problem. There's the bomb to Cooper, and he beats the rate. No, he doesn't. He's got a 6 on him, and it's incomplete.
Double team.
Double team saved the day.
They double team Cooper at just the right time. 4th down now. Montreal has to punt. Great call by Ed. That would have been a 27-yarder without the double team.
Ooh, big punt return.
30-yard return gets to the Cleveland 42-yard line. 1st and 10, 12-18 to play in the 2024 Super Bowl.
May see Claude play a little more risky. You don't want to give up a 6-minute drive and a field goal here. You'll be down 10 with 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, I was going to say he's 3 first downs away from getting into field goal range.
Good point.
Making a 2-score game. Nice double team on Everett. So his favorite's been found out. He's got to find a new favorite.
How big would that pick have been? Just missed it.
That would have been huge. 2nd and 10. Whose voice is that?
Tim,
how you doing?
Doing great. How you doing?
We're doing great. We got another expert in the box. God, I'll tell you, I can learn something from all these coaches that are talking with me. It's amazing.
I'm trying to be quiet. I'm trying to listen to Nathan.
Oh no, that's
all you guys.
I knew whoever it was knew something about this game. Great to have you, Tim. Look into Everett. They're Key and Hundley though. There's a 5 there, 8 yards. And 3rd and 2 at midfield.
Ed says, I'm not changing my favorite. Everett's the man. Everett 2024.
What do you think, Nathan and Dennis? 4-down territory if it's 4th and 2?
No, it's 2. You're at midfield. You don't want to give him the ball back there if you don't make it. So he's going to punt if he doesn't make it here. But an off-tackle run by Huntley would be a nice little thing here. We'll see if he does.
Flat pass to McLaren. There's only a 4 out there. They're double teaming Everett again. And 7 yards and a first down for the Browns.
That was complete. Even if he had double teamed with a free safety, McLaren has double team completions on 6, 9, and 3. Or 6, 9, and 4.
Wow.
10:48 to play. 7-point lead for the Browns. They've moved into Alouette territory. Montgomery, the lone back.
However, a correct double team there on an 8 would not have been a receiver roll.
Oh, good point. Good point.
Flat pass left to Adams, guessed correctly. Incomplete. Adams couldn't haul it in.
Yeah, huge series of downs here. Everybody has said, a field goal here. One more first down is going to put him likely in field goal range here. And to go down 2 scores with this amount of time, be awfully rough. Montreal's got to come correct here.
Prater's 2 through 5 out to the 39.
2nd and 10 with Hundley now the back. 2 tight ends. Will he go to his favorite Everett? Off tackle Hundley, and they're double teaming Everett as Claude was thinking along my lines.
Oh,
wow.
And can't make the play, and it's a loss of 1, and it's a 3rd and 11.
Right roll at the right time for Claude.
It's one of those ones where you guys all know me. I like to run to get it into a 4th and short type of situation. But without Caleb Huntley in there, it's like the short pass is the only play on the table. So I don't think you'll be doing that any running.
I think about throwing behind Judon here because he loves to blitz him on these down and distances, and that zone's been open a couple of times on 3rd and long.
He's also gone to Jelani Woods with that Claude sniffed out and double teamed correctly earlier. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, flat pass might be nice.
Short pass Wood. He's being double teamed by Claude. Boom, he's sacked.
Quiddy Pay gets home against Leo Collins.
At the end. Big stop for the
huge stop, absolutely.
Huge.
The random was only 11, so that would have been a sack even without the double team. But if he had gone to a different target, he might have been able to complete it.
Whoa, he pins him at the 4-yard line.
Went into the end zone on my screen, so we'll see if I think it's at the 20. I think the ball's at the 20 because it was a 47 yards plus 9 on mine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw the 4-yard.
Yeah, it's funny how Strat does that for the spectators. So there it is.
It literally shows the fair catch on this screen. It's so interesting. You see that?
Montreal now with 9 minutes to play, down by 7. Algier, the lone back, standard set for the extra. Alouettes. Tackle out here to get this pass. Oh, the fumble number just 1 yard.
Prevents an 8-yard run.
Like the Marching coming in for the post-game show.
Michael, you got to mute your mic when you're walking around with your iPad. It was like
I don't know.
I heard you tromping around.
With big shoes, whatever. Algier for 6 yards, and it's 3rd and 3, and this is very important 3rd down. Very important. 7:48 to play. Both teams have all their timeouts left. Edwards-Hilaire comes in as the back for Montreal. How aggressive will Claude be, and how aggressive will Ed be on defense? Let's see.
Short pass to Cooper is my prediction.
And there it is. Dennis Crowley picks it, and the 12-yard gain, guessed right, and a critical first down for Montreal.
You get to go up on the board of Peyton and Eli's show, Dennis, because they give everybody a chance to make all the guests to make a correct call on offense. So you go on the board of Peyton and Eli now.
Yeah, he does that quite often, Tim. 3 yards.
It's easier in Strat. It seems to be more simplified, but yeah, I'll take it.
2nd and 7. Montreal at the 42-yard line.
That was a white dice 6 against the defensive end 5. They couldn't make the play. That would have been a 2-yard loss. 5
Second
yards
time.
now.
Second time that defensive end's been beat with a 6. I've seen.
6:36 to go. It gets late early around here, guys.
Yeah, 6.5 to go. Let's see what the Alouettes can do. Flat pass likely. 2-minute zone, incomplete. Good
White
call.
dice 6.
Ed flooded the right zone. Another crucial third down for Montreal.
Good call by Tim there about the fatigue on Algier, because there's such a step off between him and Edwards-Helaire.
A little nitpicky thing here, but he's moving Cooper to the third wide receiver. Is that allowed? He's in that consistently during the game.
I asked that. Actually, Paul told me that rule was changed this year because another coach did that. I noticed that. Yeah, you can move him.
Look at Robinson for 6 yards, and I'm guessing Montreal's going to go for the 4th and 1 here.
Yeah. 1 yard, no doubt.
Okay, let's make the call here. Dennis, Tim, Michael, give me your call. 4th and 1.
I'll take a quarterback sneak to Tannehill, even though he hasn't been sneaking much today.
Okay, Tim?
I'm going
Get
to
behind that big six.
Yeah, I'm going to line buck Algier.
Michael?
I think he's going to go off tackle Algier. End run Algier.
Looking past Moreau.
2 wide bucks, 1 end run. Let's see.
Looking past Moreau is my vote.
End run on likely side,
okay,
6.
Anthony's okay. We got, and it's off tackle left Algier. Guess run.
Big play.
Guess right. What a roll. Huge. 5:06 to play. And the Alouettes move to the Cleveland 40-yard line.
It's just a very nice looking right card. I mean, you wanted to go to Algier's card, but there's just high chances he's going to get that.
Anthony keys that play. Anthony likes keying.
Well, I do.
Claude, there's 2 men in zone again. Claude's trying to pound that 4 on the flat pass, but Ed is protecting it. 2nd and 10.
Look for a linebacker to Algier here as he keeps moving that linebacker.
Yep.
And there it is. Another great call by Dennis, and 7 yards for the Alouettes. 3rd and 3 at the 36.
123 yards for Algier now.
Claude has all 4 downs to work with.
1 left.
1 on fatigue carry left. Short pass to Cooper again.
There's a flat pass right to Moreau, and the defender makes
it's a 6. He only gets a yard.
4th and 2 with 3:36 to play. Boys, the Uber Bowl's on the line with this call.
I'm gonna predict the defensive call. He's gonna call run, put 2 guys in the look in, 2 guys in the flat, the right flat.
I'm going to predict an end run.
The left flat, excuse me.
End run right, Algier.
I think he's going to throw a flat pass. I don't know where.
Well, you got to know where. There's a 6 on 1 flat.
I'm going at the 6. I'm going to throw a right flat, thinking that's the best chance at having 1 man in the zone.
That's a reasonable call, Tim. Look in Algier, and there's 2 men there. Guess run. Which card are we going to see?
Oh.
The defensive card.
Oh,
the offensive card would have done the trick, I think. Oh, that is heartbreaking. So, but Montreal has 3 timeouts.
It's hard to know which linebacker would have been there, right? So
Claude put 2 men there. Let's see what card we get here. And there's the defensive card again, only 2 yards.
White dice 6 there.
Yeah, save the big gainer.
We need a timeout here, Claude. Come to Papa.
No, he's going to save his timeout till after the 2-minute warning. So
you think so?
Yeah.
I would do it here.
Well, in real life, in the real NFL, yes, but in Strat, it doesn't seem to help.
In Strat, it's a little bit inefficient because you don't get the maximum time savings ahead of the 2-minute warning.
correct.
And you have no way of knowing who's going to have the ball in the last 30 seconds. You might be saving time for the wrong team.
Yep. Right on.
Well, I've lived in real life for 76 years.
We live in Strat here. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, I know. I got everything backwards here. Flat pass.
Correct double team.
Can you get it?
There's
Can you
only
get it?
18.
Team them incomplete.
Another 6 white die. Saved by it's
God.
2 on this series.
Great call by Claude at a critical time. He's got all 3 timeouts. He's got a 3rd and 8. Okay, make the call for Ed. What's he going to do? Is he going to get?
Well, real quick, I just want to make this point. Coach, this is where coaching makes a difference. Claude has put 2 men in the right zone on first down. He double teamed the right receiver on second down. He needs one more good call to get a chance to take to make a drive to win the game.
No shotgun here.
Pass to Everett, and they're double teaming Dotson. He went to his favorite receiver, Gerald Everett. Guessed correctly. 4 minutes. 15 yards. Oh, killer.
It's a 21 on the sack die. Not enough.
Killer. Oh, my. 2-minute warning. 50-yard line.
So a correct double team there would have stopped it, but you could only you keep making the perfect call. Sometimes you just run out of gas.
Or a better one more pass rush bump would have got a sack there.
Claude puts 2 men in zone, but guess wrong, but it does get the defensive card incomplete.
Saves a timeout. Now I think Huntley has elevated fumbles just slightly.
Yeah, Claude realizing on the last 2 first downs, he wants to throw a flat pass, but he doesn't want to throw on the edge because it increases the touchdown return chances. So he puts 2 men in the middle zone, knowing that that's where Ed's likely to go.
Right on. Absolutely.
Off tackle Huntley, the guess is correct. -1.
Boy, Claude is hit on like 5 straight calls now. He is really dialed in here.
He needs every one of those calls too. 3rd and 11.
The benefit of that incomplete on first down. Now he still has 2 timeouts left. So one more good call here.
And again, not a shotgun against a good pass rush.
Interesting. 3-3-5 for Montreal.
Could he possibly go to Everett again here with those 2 talented wideouts on the outside?
How bold is Ed going to be here? Short pass to Adams, maybe?
Yeah.
Short pass to Everett, and he double-teamed Woods instead. Everett did it last time. Let's see if he can do it again.
Ooh.
9 yards on a must run.
It's a clock running.
Timeout Montreal, 4th and 2.
Tim's punting. Anthony's punting. I'm punting.
Go for it.
That is Tim wouldn't be punting.
It's the rule set. It's the rule set. You can stop
punt
somebody on defense.
And it's also the card. This is not Butch's team with Tua and everybody else. I mean, he's got to put a lot of plays together to get 7 points.
Yeah.
You convert and you win, though.
If you're down by 3.
With that line, all those 5s, I'll take my chances going for it there.
Okay, a minute and a half to play with 1 timeout. Montreal at their 18-yard line and the Uber Bowl on the line right now.
So he picked up only 24 yards of field position. Let's see if that's the difference.
Didn't really pin him at all there.
Yeah, keep
good,
that 24
good
number in mind.
Yeah, good result for Claude. He's got 1 timeout, 1:30 to go.
How's Algiers carries now?
1 unfatigued left.
He's got 1 left. Okay.
But I mean, he really has 5 left.
He's got big plays on the outside too. He can still run him.
Yeah, you can still not worry about that little fatigue.
Yeah, not concerned about that yard.
Short pass Collins. 4 men in zone. Nobody double teaming. Let's see what Tannehill could do. Nothing there. Falls incomplete. 2nd and 10.
If they go back to the dime on defense, I think Algier runs here.
Anybody want to guess what a 5 is on a long pass on Tannehill's card?
Oh dear.
It's a long gain.
I agree, Tim.
Yeah.
End run Algier. There it is. And he gets the brackets, and it's
inbounds.
Didn't help much. 3rd and 2. Still has a timeout left. He's at the 26-yard line.
Hurry up, he can run for free.
Yeah, you got to call a timeout, I think, if you're Cleveland.
Now that fatigue matters.
This is a free run. Ed Carpenter trying to hold on here. He's got a 7-point lead.
Yeah, I like using a defensive timeout and going to the 3-3-5.
End run Algier, guessed wrong. 3 yards at first down.
Oh, wow.
2 yards because he -1 on the fatigue, so he got exactly what he needed.
Did he get out?
Did not. It's a white die 3.
Oh,
So I have to use his timeout here. Gotta save some time.
that hurt. That hurt. Because that's what he was counting on to get the first down and the out of bounds. Didn't take
spikes
the time out.
Ooh.
45 seconds to play. Alouettes with 1 timeout. They're at the 28-yard line. 3-2-6 defense for the Browns. Edwards-Helaire, the back. Flat pass right to Cooper. There's a 4 out there. 2 men in the long pass zone. Ed being conservative there. 7 yard, no fumble.
Get out of bounds again. Jeez.
Oh my, that hurts. That really hurts.
If you spike it again, it's 4th down. So let's see if he just uses that timeout finally.
That hurt.
Yeah, that's the right one.
That's the right call. That's right.
Yeah, you got to.
But now you're down to 5 plays and you need 65 yards. Obviously, you have to get the first down, but you're really running out of time here.
Yeah, this is really tenuous now for the Montreal Alouettes. 3-2-6 defense again by Cleveland. Edwards-Helaire, the lone back. 4 wideouts. Short pass Collins. Nobody double teaming him. Needs a saucy roll, and that's not it.
Another 5. Go deep, young man. I think Strat does that on purpose. Like, I'm always noticing those last strides. Hey, if I just would have gone deep here, if I just would have run an in run, I hit the 2, that kind of stuff happens.
That is cruel. That is cruel. And, of course, Crowley points out the cruelest of rolls.
Well, I mean, it's.
Yeah, I know. But you're really good at that, knowing
it's a bias for sure.
If he threw deep, it probably would have been a different roll.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I never care about the roll.
Yeah, stop butterfly affecting everything, okay? It's
4th and 3, 30 seconds to go. Claude is his.
But Dennis is right. You've got to be thinking long pass. You're just running out of time.
Yeah.
Carpenter's never had a Super Bowl win, so this is critical. Flat pass right to Collins, looking to get out of bounds, of course. And he doesn't. He doesn't complete it, doesn't get out of bounds, doesn't get squat. And 22 seconds remained in the 2024 Super Bowl.
Congratulations to Ed Carpenter and his Cleveland Browns.
His first Super Bowl. Congratulations, Ed.
Although, it's not over until it's over, but and barring a fumble snap, it's over.
Yeah, it's pretty much over. Well, guys, thank you for joining me. This was fun.
Absolutely. This was a blast. It was an enjoyable game, and it was fun calling it with everybody here.
Oh, yeah. Hearing all these great coaches' thought process is pretty it's not just insightful, it's really entertaining, especially from my long perspective of playing this game, because you play so much of your games in a vacuum by yourself in front of the computer, and to hear the insights from people that have played the game is really enjoyable, whether you're announcing or listening.
Oh, boy, we have a drop here, famously at the last moments of the game.
Oh, yeah, that's a tradition.
Here we go again.
Another strap tradition.
Hey, man, I had nothing to do with it. All right, man. Nothing to do with this.
It always happens when Michael is doing things.
Yeah, I should probably drop right now.
Somehow he brings his kinetics with him. His kinetic energy.
His bad juju.
I sure hope we can get everybody on the cameras. I'd like to. I don't know if I've ever seen Ed.
I mean, you know, obviously, congratulations to Ed. It's great to have a new team break in. But for 3 years in a row to play in the championship this year, getting into his 5th title game, you know, 3 cheers for Claude. Absolutely.
Maybe at the end of these games, Ed gets so happy that he just sort of runs around the room and disconnects his internet by accident.
Yeah, I think so.
That didn't work. 12819. I'll try it again. Nope. Anybody else getting in?
No.
I don't know if you typed that in right.
Well, it looks like we have a drop anyway.
Yeah, I copied and pasted. I can fix this. Let me go do my magic here to get clean up the safe.
Ed is reporting technical difficulty.
Well, that was the weirdest ending to your game, Michael, in the playoff with 8 seconds to go.
Mm-hmm.
Did Tannehill win the? You see that comment there from Claude? I don't have the preloaded.
Just knee down.
Okay, so guys, I'm going to be right back. I have to go get the pre because Claude wants me to end it from his end. So I'll be right back.
Okay.
So, Dennis, what's the wrestler you have been on?
Hey, Anthony,
Dennis
I
is
have
coming to do it. Yep, thank you.
Yeah, I have a clean save file, and if Ed just joins me here, he can take a knee to finish it. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. Oh, never mind. Claude's got one.
No. Do yours. Do yours.
Oh, sorry. I just exited.
I guess. I saw Claude asked me to close it. I said, sure. Now he's produced a game number, so it's a little bit.
So you joined Claude, I guess. Now Ed's got one. I exited mine. So you guys do.
I don't have the preloaded. So if you have the preloaded, Dennis, go ahead and join Ed's game.
Okay.
Let me know when you're in.
Okay, you want me to join Ed's number?
Yeah.
Okay. Not Claude's?
Well, Claude said he was out, so but then it's a little bit of
I don't see what's Ed's number. He didn't post it in general.
47615. No, sorry, not 47. Hold on. Ed's is 42361.
It's not letting me in.
Okay. I would, Dennis, since you have a free hand, I would suggest that you do a quick huddle with those two. Having verbal communication is the only way that we're going to prevent sort of stacking up of these game numbers and people not knowing where to go.
Okay, I guess Anthony, they want you to do it.
But I'm going to say Dennis is going to. He has the free. I'll say that right
Okay.
now. So Ed, produce a GN, and Dennis will join.
I think it's not going to work because Ed needs a clean pre-file. He keeps going with his corrupted one. It's just going to crash every time.
Oh, his save game, you mean? So you should produce the GN. Is that what you're saying?
I think so. I mean, unless I can give them each a clean save, too. Okay, so let me get it set up then.
For some reason, Ed.
Okay, well, I have a clean save file. I'll send it to them. But I don't know if they're try to join that one. But Anthony, it doesn't matter if you join it since you're sharing your screen.
I don't have the GN. I don't have the game. I don't have the pre.
You don't need the pre.
Oh,
you
just watch it.
Yep. No, just join it. You can just click join.
Okay.
Don't click on the lead. Just click join and then put the game number in. Don't click the lead.
It doesn't matter that my net play team is Chicago or whatever?
Nope, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The pre-file will control everything on his end.
What's the number?
It is. I don't know. He sent it directly to you.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Got it. Not working.
It's not working because his game's corrupted. That's what I'm trying to tell these people.
Ed, let Dennis send the GN. Okay, I told him you're gonna send it.
You join me. Let's just take a knee for them, okay?
Okay,
so
go ahead.
Join. That way, there's no corruption on either person's side.
I think Ed wanted to join the broadcast again.
If someone could give him instructions on that, go ahead with the number when you have it, Dennis.
Okay, here it is. 10817. Okay, so I'm going to just take a knee here. And there you go. And I will push this to the cloud.
Oh, nice work, guys.
I could have done that for you, Michael, too. I didn't know you guys were having problems. I disconnected on your game because it was dinner time. You should have told me. Text me next time. I can figure this stuff out.
Will do.
Well, push. All right, there you go.
We have a joiner. Let's see. Who do we have?
It's got to be Ed. The very bottom. Oh, no, it's Nathan.
Old Duke is still here.
So if anybody wants to see the box score that wasn't connected, you can just restore this league file as soon as I upload it. Okay. Did anybody give the instructions to Ed?
Yes.
And he can click it on his phone too. If he can't, figure it out on his computer, if you have Slack loaded on your phone, you can just click that link too. Actually, I'll text it to him in case there's another way for him.
Well, Michael, that feels good. I guess a little better knowing we lost to the champion.
Yeah. It came out of our conference. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm not bitter or anything. No, not at all.
Yeah, and I lost to Michael, so I can take some credit there too.
Yeah, that's right.
And I beat Dave, so I should be the champion.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, there's Tim. Hey. I figured he'd look like a professor.
So, Anthony, what did you think about the game as a whole? How did it play out compared to what you thought?
Well, I missed probably 3/4 of it. I'm distracted with some stuff today, but I don't have much to say about how the lead was built, other than Tannehill didn't show up again in an Uber Bowl. And I was curious if he had won the Uber Bowls for Claude previously, and then suddenly gone on a cold streak, or did somebody else get the job done when Claude?
I believe it would have been Drew Brees.
Well, Ed's there. Add him to the show. Let's hear from the champion.
Oh, I'm limited. I got to kick somebody out.
Kick me out. I'll listen.
Kick me out at work.
Hold on.
We can't get everybody?
No.
Limited to 6.
Oh, that's too bad. Congratulations, Ed.
Hey, thank you very much. It was a fun game. I thought Claude played incredible defense. I did nothing in the second half. Absolutely nothing.
You did enough.
Well, my defense played reasonably well. So,
Yeah.
What are you going to say?
Yeah.
I'm sorry that Claude has COVID, it seems. That's too bad.
Yeah, congratulations, Ed. You had a great year and a great playoff run.
Thanks, Tim. I was lucky, of course.
How did you stop Tannehill like you did today?
I think I said the last time I talked after the last game with the Rams, I think I called, maybe Anthony was counting because of his enormous statistical capability. I probably called run twice or three, maybe 4 times. I called run on a couple 4th down and 3rd down plays, but I felt I had to shut down the flats against Tannehill and the short pass, and I was gonna take my chances moving my free safety up on the bomb. And he did get a good opening at one point on a no men in zone called wrong bomb, and I got lucky. It hit Amari Cooper's card, and that's a scary long pass called wrong card, and he missed. And so I was very fortunate on that. Other than that, I just played my conservative. I have a fairly good pass defense, good linebackers. And since I play a 3-4, I can do a reasonable job of covering out the flat zones, which is what Tannehill's really, really good at. And hey, got lucky.
One thing I'd like to ask you, Ed, I give you credit because you're one of those guys that's not afraid to make sure your offense keeps rolling. You've got the ball toward the end of the game. You're throwing flat pass. He has like 2 double teams on flat passes against you. You're getting that had to be a little bit scary, buddy.
Very scary. It's a questionable strategy. Of course, a lot of those calls when he was calling pass and I was passing. Obviously, you sit there and immediately say, "Well, I should have just run, idiot, run down that clock." But I'm trying desperately to get another first down.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing worse to me. Thinking back to some of my old strategies, how many times I just ran it 3 times and punted at the end of a game and just basically handed the ball back to the offense. And you do a good job of working toward the first downs instead of playing scared and playing, by the old book instead of the new book.
Well, I changed my strategy of play last year mid-season. After Dave whipped my ass big time, that's you, Duke. I think early in the season, I went back and went through the whole log of that game, specifically looking at what Duke was doing against me defensively, and Duke was double teaming me everywhere. And it occurred to me that had been a problem I'd had in a lot of prior years. And so I made a decision that the best way to combat a heavy double teaming opponent when you have a good passing offense is to go deep, go short. And I started going much more aggressively with short passes and long passes last year. And I did more of that this year as well. But of course, Claude is defensively. If you look at the stats, I think Claude have the lowest points allowed in the league.
Let's see. Claude's points against was 4th best in the league, 16.2.
Okay. But his defense is great, and he played great defense against me. And he got me. He basically made a decision early on to take McLaurin out of the game, who of course was my star against Michael in the Rams game, I think.
He crushed me, but either way, yes, he did, and then he double teamed Everett a couple times there to keep you honest.
Yeah, he did.
And I think one point Dennis made toward the end, I think, is worth asking me about, which is Claude was putting 2-man look in on the late drives under the assumption, or Dennis articulated, which I agreed with, that you were maybe avoiding the flat pass because you might have been afraid of a pick six.
That is absolutely correct. And his strategy to double zone the looking pass was really smart. Because he probably realized that's where I was going to go, and that's where I did go. And I have to admit, my heart skipped a couple of times when I did it, and it rolled to the defensive card, and I kept going, "Oh no, this is not the way to finish this game."
The decision to punt on 4th down toward the end on the last drive, which was, I think, almost unanimously agreed with, I think, by the broadcast team here. Do you have any second thoughts about going for it and just trying to put it away?
Well, I hesitated for a minute just to give it a good think. He had to score a touchdown. I think where was I? On his 48 or something like that? 4th and 2, something like that?
Yeah.
4th and 2, yeah.
And I just thought to myself, well, and I can't remember exactly how much time was left. A minute 30 or something?
Yeah, something like that.
I thought a minute 30, he's got all 3 timeouts. Defense is playing well. If I can get him, in all probability, he's going to end up on the 20-yard line, 80 yards to go, as opposed to giving him the ball at the 48. Now, admittedly, I make that first down, it's over. But I thought, no, I'm going to punt it.
Yeah. And, a factor, too, I don't know if you were thinking about it, is Prater's extra points, 2 through 10. I mean,
yes.
Even if he scores, he's either going to go for 2 and he's got to hit it, or he's got to hit it 2 through 10, which is not quite a slam dunk.
No. In fact, I was surprised. Prater's card isn't that good. He had a couple of field goals that he made in the first half, I want to say. Relatively short field goals. And I think the dice split on that range for Prater is like 2 to 8 or something. Mm-hmm. So it's not he misses on 9 to 12. I thought, well, that's interesting. And of course, he made all his field goals. So
right. And if you let's take a step back for a second. If you could just reflect on your autumn wind career and and now winning a championship. Just take us through that arc and what that feels like.
This is, of course, my head coach. Remember, Spielman had a cup of coffee with the Browns.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're not getting a strip show here. What's going on? That's one way to celebrate, I guess.
My kids are in the room. Jeez.
The reflection on my career is this.
Yes.
Yeah.
I made a trade, what, 2.5 years ago or something. Nathan jumped me in the draft and was able to get the number 1 pick and take Herbert. I had traded a huge package to Paul, half man, half Mankiewicz, for the rights to draft Burrow. I drafted Goff 3 or 4 years before that. I didn't expect Goff to come back the way he has, but I had a team with Goff, I think his second year, where I thought I had a playoff team with Goff. And Goff must have put 8 to 10 snap fumbles on the ground that year. And I went, that's it. This guy is freaking gone. And I don't know if I got rid of him that offseason or the next offseason, but I practically gave him away to Ken. And of course, I didn't expect him to come back and be as good as he's been. But
yeah, he almost made the Super Bowl himself with
Ken. He did. So that was a great move by Ken. I almost traded Goff to Claude because at the time I had Goff and Tannehill. I don't make great decisions all the time. I can guarantee you. When I came into the league as a rookie GM, there were 2 of us, and so we did our
expansion draft.
Dispersal draft. And so I had a choice at I had the number 1 pick. They asked, do you want the number 1 and number 2 pick? I said, I'll take the number 1 pick. And so who do I pick between Ryan Tannehill and Matthew Stafford? I take Ryan Tannehill. That was a bad pick.
Oh well.
Well, I don't know. He's taking Claude to 3 straight Super Bowls. So.
Well, good. Yeah. Anyways, Claude used him well, but I mean, I'm just talking about Tannehill versus Stafford.
Well, from a strat standpoint, their cards haven't been that much different, to be honest.
That's probably
there was years.
Tannehill's always been a good flat passer and a good runner. Tannehill doesn't have a great running card this year, although his must-run column was pretty darn good. And
before we get too far away from this, the reason I wanted to jump back in is because Michael made a bet earlier in the game that there would be a streaker on the field during the Super Bowl, and with your disrobing of the Browns jersey,
and there you
that
are.
pays off now.
How much money did Michael make on that?
I was thinking it was a Kirk Cousins kind of thing going on.
That's right.
Yeah, 2 Chainz, Ed 2 Chainz Carpenter.
Well,
Let's go.
I missed the parlay because it would include pants.
Okay.
Ed, this is Michael. First of all,
hey, Michael.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm going to pat myself on the back as much as I want to congratulate you. There was somebody on the forum who predicted Cleveland was going to win it all this year. I wonder who that was.
I actually think that was you. And I
wonder who that was.
So it was you, Michael. And I think I said to you, I want to have some of those drugs you're taking.
Yeah, right. You don't want those drugs. Listen, so I've gotten a chance to play you twice. We've broadcast your games too. I think it's amazing that you had the only 4,000-yard quarterback, but Duke and I both marveled at the fact that you turned Gerald Everett basically into an All-Pro. Woods with 70 catches plus in the year, and I believe Montgomery had 70 plus catches. It's amazing that you use McLaren and Adams almost as like both of them as red herrings. And as is this game, the goal is call run when the defense calls pass, call pass when the defense calls run. Basically, it's a coin flip game. But it also comes to making sure that your players don't get double teamed. And when you have two elite outside receivers, it's really difficult to pull the trigger on double teaming Everett or Woods, especially, but Montgomery as well. I think the way you used your offense this year was phenomenal. And again, you've got that wonderful offensive line. I think you were the top team this year in first down conversions. It was well over 40%. So not only do you have the talent, but you orchestrated it well throughout the season. I just really marveled at the way that you orchestrated, especially here in the playoffs. That last drive that we had last week where I finally got a touchdown in and thought, okay, I think I finished this thing off. But that little 2-minute drive that you put to win that game is a microcosm of your season. You know this talent, you know how to utilize them, and you deserve this title.
I endorse all my comments, Ed.
That's nice of you to say. I appreciate it.
Well, and I think it's really interesting too, because it's more than talk about Woods and Everett in particular, Ed. We tend to think, and I know Dennis has this view, and you can chime in with it, Dennis, that the best way to combat that is to get some tight ends who have a long pass column. And if you can get that long pass column, then you're going to be able to attack those double teams deep a little bit against defender ratings. And you didn't have that with those two guys, but you still found a way to use them highly effectively, which is, I think, a strong testament to your.
Well, of course, Everett. So you're right. Adams and McLaurin are attracting a lot of double teams, and that's the primary reason why I'm not throwing as much to those guys. Everett is a 6'4" flat pass, short pass, so he had the best card I've ever had out of Everett. Woods is a 4'4", but the thing that's interesting about Woods is, since I'm playing a two tight end set almost exclusively, Woods gets a lot of favorable matchups, and he'll see a bunch of zeros and fours.
Yeah, right.
In terms of who he's going to be lined up again, and that's the whole thinking behind the use of Jelani Woods.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to get that die to get on Burrow's card, or if it goes to the defensive card, I want to match up against whoever the DB who's matched up on Woods or Everett. And typically that's a pretty good matchup.
Yeah, and when you're using Woods at the tight end spot over there, that sort of keeps the right linebacker from being on the line of scrimmage as much or doubling on Adams as much, because you got to think, I don't want Woods guessed wrong, so that helps open up Huntley off left tackle for you.
Yes. Yes, Huntley played well for me.
Yeah, I do think that it's good to have a tight end that goes deep, but this is a 30-team league. You're not going to be able to have the perfect team in all likelihood. So, you have strengths and weaknesses on every team. Even the best teams in autumn win, and that just happens to be one of your weaknesses, but you use it as a strength because they weren't getting the double teams. You're able to throw to them a little bit more than you might normally, and they have good short pass and flat pass cards, really good flat pass cards too. The yardage was there, and we saw Claude double teaming Jelani Woods on some key third downs, and I think
he got me a number of times. I don't know how many.
I think he was maybe even worried about the flat passes.
Yeah, I don't know how
a lot of people would have double teamed with the outside linebackers, and you could have thrown those to a flat there. So, I thought you did well with the way you used them. And I also think Gerald Everett has got to be the Super Bowl MVP. The only touchdown of the game, led your team in receptions. Who else are you going to give it to, Ed? Or is it somebody on the defense?
It's not my decision to decide who the MVP should be.
I declare it to be Gerald Everett, Super Bowl MVP.
And just looking at the numbers, Everett, Woods, and Montgomery were double teamed a combined 132 times, while McLaurin himself was double teamed 140 times, and Adams 128 times.
Wow.
Would you repeat that, please?
Montgomery, Woods, and Everett were double teamed a combined 132 times during the regular season. compare that to Adams at 128 and McLaurin at 140.
Okay, that makes sense.
Anthony, where does that rank as far as correct double team percentage against Ed's team? I thought that's one of the reasons he's going to get a huge benefit from spreading it out.
I thought Claude got a lot of double teams on me successfully today, especially in the second half.
And you wound up at 13% double team against percentage, which is 14th in the league. So right middle of the pack. You know, for a high passing team, that's a good place to be.
Yeah, I think the commissioner should take a look into Kevin Biard, Claude's free safety. I swear he's got a microphone inside my offensive coordinator communication with the quarterback. He's on every play.
Everett did the job today, no doubt. So that's probably a reasonable way to go. I think he played well last week and the week before too. I know that when I played Michael, I know you guys talked a lot about Everett in the post-game wrap up, and Everett had a pretty big game against Michael, as I recall.
And against me too, McLaurin and Everett. I mean, he's had a great run in this playoffs overall.
Definitely.
Sure. He's got a maxed out flat pass, I believe, right?
Incomplete, yes, he's a 6. Yeah, he's a 6.
Yeah, he can do some damage. Not the biggest yards. He's not, Gronkowski from last year or anything, but he can move the chains.
Yeah, definitely.
And to your point, Tim, Claude finished 4th in the league with 16% successful double teams called against by his defense against the offense.
By his defense, yeah. Good. Very good.
All right, gentlemen, any other comments?
No. It's early for me to have my first bourbon, but I will be starting early. Go ahead, Duke.
I said just a great season, a great job, and really congratulations, because to get the top of this pile in Autumn Wind is really an achievement, because we've got an array of outstanding coaches, and Claude's been there since the start. That was his 5th Uber Bowl. So you beat one of the best.
For sure.
Well, thank you. I'm surprised.
Yeah, get ready for a lot of congratulations emails. I think I can speak for all of us. We're very glad you don't have Joe Burrow underwear.
That may be coming. That may be coming. It won't be a thong, though. Don't worry about that.
Well, Ed, I felt at the beginning of the season you had the most complete roster, but the roster doesn't mean anything unless you can coach them up. So you did a wonderful job. It was a great run throughout the playoffs, and congratulations to you. You earned it.
I got lucky. I did not think I had an adequate running attack to get to where I got to. So I got pretty lucky. Caleb Huntley turned out to be a little bit better than I thought he might be.
It was just barely adequate is the great. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, they were just barely adequate. That's why I threw the ball so much.
Yeah, understood.
So.
All right. Well, thanks again, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
thank you for the broadcast.
Yeah, thank you for doing it.
Sure thing. Wish I could be more present today. Duke, you want to sign us off?
Yeah, well, this concludes the 2024 Autumn Wind Uber Bowl. Ed Carpenter, the champion this year, and it's been a great season. And my appreciation goes out to Michael and Anthony and Dennis for the broadcast that we're able to bring this to you. So we'll see you all next year.
Yep, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, be good.
See ya.
Onward to spring fever.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we'll talk to you. Have a good weekend.